The Stoic Path, a journey to inner mastery. What if I told you that in just 1 week you could become unrecognizable, not because of a new body, new clothes, or a new environment, but because you transform the way your mind works? What you are about to hear is not a magical formula or a passing trend. It is an ancient practice that shaped emperors, warriors, and philosophers. Stoicism. Imagine waking up each day in complete calm, making decisions without being dragged by emotion, and walking through chaos without losing your peace. That is not a fantasy. It is what happens when you begin to live according to the principles of Stoic wisdom. But here's the truth, not everyone can do it. It requires brutal honesty, unwavering discipline, and daily action that most people will never commit to. In this journey, you'll learn what to do for the next 7 days to begin a profound transformation. The beauty of it is that you don't need to change the world, only the way you respond to it. And if you stay until the end, I will share the most powerful exercise, one that separates those who merely listen from those who truly change. Before we begin, I want you to do something powerful. Write this phrase in the comments: "From today, I choose to become a new person." By doing so, you take the first step toward renewal, toward the courage to face life with clarity and inner fire. Now let's begin. Lesson 1. Master your mind, master your life. Everything you are and everything you achieve begins in one place, your mind. It is not luck, not circumstance, not the actions of others that define your destiny. It is the way you direct your thoughts. Most people live as slaves to their impulses. They explode in anger, drown in worry, and suffer over illusions that don't even exist yet. But the Stoics understood something deeper. You are not your thoughts. You are the observer, the one who decides which ideas to feed and which to release. A calm mind is not born from a perfect life, but from perfect awareness. Picture your mind as an ocean. The waves are your emotions, wild, unpredictable, often chaotic. Most people try to control the waves, but the Stoic learns to anchor deep beneath them, where the waters are still. You don't silence the storm, you learn to remain steady through it. Every time a negative thought appears, pause and question it. Is this real, or just a distorted story my mind is telling me? Is it guiding me forward or holding me back? The moment you challenge your thoughts, you begin to break free from their power. You may not control what appears in your mind, but you can always control what stays. Feed what strengthens you, starve what weakens you. Replace anxiety with reflection and fear with perspective. The Stoics trained this daily because they knew a weak mind creates a fragile life, but a disciplined mind builds unshakable peace. So ask yourself, will you be the master of your mind or its prisoner? That single choice determines the quality of your life. Before moving on, take a moment to like this message and share it with someone who needs to hear it. And if you want to keep walking this path of wisdom, subscribe. Your training begins now. Lesson 2. Turn obstacles into opportunities. Every challenge hides a lesson. Where most people see problems, the Stoic sees possibility. Life will never stop testing you, not to break you, but to teach you. The obstacles you face are not walls, they are mirrors, reflecting the parts of yourself that still need growth. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "What stands in the way becomes the way." What he meant was simple. The very thing that frustrates you today may be the key to your transformation tomorrow. Failure is not the end, it's a form of instruction. Every rejection redirects you. Every fall builds resilience. Imagine the fire that tempers steel. Without heat, the metal stays weak. Without resistance, it never gains its strength. You too are being shaped by the pressure of life. The Stoic doesn't curse the fire. He steps into it willingly, knowing that what emerges is purer, sharper, stronger. When hardship strikes, don't ask, "Why me?" Ask, "What is this teaching me?" That small shift changes everything. Because pain without meaning destroys you, but pain with purpose transforms you. Remember, nothing is entirely good or bad. It depends on how you choose to see it. A setback can either crush your spirit or build your strength. It's never the event, it's your perception that defines its power. From now on, when you encounter an obstacle, whisper this truth: this is not a barrier, it's a bridge. And with that awareness, every challenge becomes a step upward. Lesson 3. Respond, don't react. Most people live as if they are puppets, pulled by invisible strings, the words of others, the noise of the world, the sting of judgment. But the Stoic lives differently. He chooses not to be a puppet, but a player, deliberate, centered, and calm even amid the storm. When someone insults you, when life throws you into chaos, your first impulse is to react, to defend, attack, or escape. That reaction feels natural, but it's the mind's trap. The Stoics understood that between what happens and how you respond, there is a sacred pause, a moment where your freedom lives. In that pause, you can breathe, you can think, you can choose. That's where your power lies, not in controlling others, but in mastering your own reactions. Think of yourself as a mountain. Winds will blow, storms will rage, and yet the mountain does not chase the clouds, it stands firm. You too can be unshaken. The insult, the chaos, the unfairness, none of these have power unless you hand it to them. Epictetus once said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you respond that matters." When you truly grasp this, the world loses its power to disturb your peace. You no longer dance to the rhythm of other people's emotions. You set your own tempo. So next time anger rises, breathe once, then again. Ask yourself, is this worth my inner peace? The Stoic does not suppress emotion. He transforms it into strength. Anger becomes clarity. Pain becomes purpose. And when you act from that calm place, your actions carry weight. You stop reacting like a flame in the wind and begin responding like the steady glow of a lantern, quiet, constant, unbreakable. If this lesson touched something within you, remember, wisdom grows through repetition. Subscribe now, and let's keep walking the path toward mastery together. Lesson 4. Embrace discipline as freedom. Most people think discipline is a cage, rules, sacrifices, restrictions. But the Stoic knows discipline is the opposite. It's the key to liberation. Without discipline, you are chained to every impulse, every distraction, every temptation. With it, you command your own destiny. Discipline is not punishment, it's self-respect in action. It's waking up early, not because someone forces you to, but because you refuse to waste your life. It's saying no to comfort, because comfort never forged a strong soul. The Stoic doesn't seek pleasure, he seeks purpose. Imagine your life as a blade. Without sharpening, it dulls. Without resistance, it rusts. Discipline is the sharpening stone that keeps your character sharp. Each small act, rising with intention, training your body, mastering your words, shapes the person you become. Seneca wrote, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it." The undisciplined man wakes up every day and loses his hours to trivial things, endless scrolling, gossip, procrastination. But the Stoic measures his time like gold, because he knows what you spend your time on, you become. Discipline is choosing what matters most over what feels easiest. It's the art of saying no today so you can say yes to greatness tomorrow. It's training your will to obey your reason, not your impulses. Remember this, the soft mind seeks comfort, the strong mind seeks clarity. Every act of discipline adds a layer of freedom. Every sacrifice becomes a seed for future strength. Be the one who controls his day, not the one controlled by it. For the disciplined man does not ask for a lighter load, he trains for stronger shoulders. If this speaks to your spirit, take a moment now, subscribe, and walk with us as we turn discipline into power and power into peace. Lesson 5. The Art of Letting Go. One of the hardest lessons in life is learning to release what is not meant to stay. We cling to things, people, memories, outcomes, as if holding tighter will stop time itself. But the Stoics teach that true strength lies not in grasping, but in letting go. Everything you have, everything you love, everything you fear to lose is borrowed. The universe lends you moments, not possessions. The body will age, friends will part, success will fade. Even the brightest flame burns only for a while. To fight this truth is to suffer endlessly, but to accept it is to find peace that nothing can shake. Think of life as a river. The water flows endlessly forward. If you try to hold it in your hands, it slips through your fingers. But if you open your palms and let it pass, it refreshes you instead of drowning you. That's the secret the Stoics knew. Resistance multiplies pain, acceptance dissolves it. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." This is the heart of letting go. You cannot control what happens, but you can control the meaning you give it. When something leaves, let it go with gratitude, for it came to teach you something. When something ends, bow to it, for it has fulfilled its purpose. Letting go is not weakness, it's wisdom. It's saying, I no longer chase what runs from me. It's walking away from chaos without bitterness and walking towards stillness with faith. The Stoic does not mourn what is lost. He honors it by becoming better because of it. So release what weighs you down. Let go of the idea of how things should have been and embrace what is. When you stop trying to control everything, you start to feel free. Because the greatest peace doesn't come from holding on, it comes from surrendering with dignity. Take this moment to breathe deeply, feel the weight lifting from your chest. Say quietly to yourself, I release what no longer serves me, and in that release, you will rediscover your strength. If this lesson resonates with you, don't let it fade. Subscribe, stay with this journey, and keep walking the path of inner liberation. Lesson 6. The power of acceptance. Acceptance is not surrender, it's alignment. It's understanding that life unfolds exactly as it must, not as we wish. The Stoics believed that peace begins the moment we stop arguing with reality, because what we resist persists, but what we accept transforms. Imagine standing in the rain. You can curse the sky, complain about the storm, or simply open your hands and feel the water. The rain doesn't change, but your experience does. The same is true for life. Pain will come, disappointment will visit, plans will fail, but how you meet those moments determines whether you suffer or grow. Acceptance doesn't mean you approve of what happens. It means you stop fighting what is. You can still act, still improve, still strive, but without bitterness. The Stoic accepts fate, not because he is weak, but because he is wise enough to see that reality always wins. Seneca said, "Fate leads the willing and drags the unwilling." When you resist life, it drags you. When you accept it, you move with grace. Acceptance transforms chaos into clarity. It frees the mind from the prison of why me and replaces it with what now. Think of it like sailing. You can't control the wind, but you can adjust your sails. You can't command the sea, but you can learn to navigate it. That's what acceptance truly means. Not passive endurance, but intelligent cooperation with what life offers. When you accept what is, you stop being a victim and start being a participant. You stop surviving and begin living consciously. So the next time life changes your plans, whisper to yourself, this too is part of the path. Because everything that happens is either a gift or a lesson, and both lead to wisdom. If this message reaches your heart, take one small action, subscribe, and let's continue walking this path of awareness together. Lesson 7. The wisdom of the present moment. Time. It is the one thing we all possess, yet the one thing we truly never own. We speak of the past as if it were a place, and dream of the future as if we could live there. But the Stoics remind us, the only moment that belongs to us is now. The present is the ground where peace grows and where strength is forged. Most people live like ghosts, haunted by memories, tormented by what could have been, or lost in fantasies of what might come. But the wise man lives here, now, in the eternal moment that is always unfolding. He understands that the past cannot be changed and the future cannot be controlled, only guided through the actions he takes in the present. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Confine yourself to the present." Those words hold more power than entire libraries of philosophy. Because the moment you return to now, you are free from every burden. Regret loses its claws, anxiety loses its teeth. All that remains is clarity. Think of life as a candle flame. It exists only in the now. The light you see is not yesterday's fire, nor tomorrow's spark. It burns in this single fragile instant. And if you keep chasing the future, you'll miss the warmth of the flame that's right before you. The Stoic trains his mind to be anchored in the present. When he eats, he tastes. When he walks, he feels the ground beneath his feet. When he speaks, he means every word. That presence transforms the ordinary into sacred, because nothing is mundane when you are fully alive within it. The mind will try to wander, let it, but always bring it back, gently to this breath, this sound, this heartbeat. The present is not a place you visit, it's the only home you truly have. Remember, the person who learns to live in the moment gains something the distracted world has forgotten. Peace, not the peace of silence, but the peace of being awake. So before you move forward, take a deep breath. Feel it fill your lungs. That breath is life itself. Not yesterday, not tomorrow, only now. Guard it, cherish it, live it. And if this lesson has reminded you of something you once lost, your stillness, your focus, your calm, then subscribe and continue walking this timeless path with us. The journey of presence never ends, it only deepens. Lesson 8. Choose your battles wisely. Not every fight deserves your energy. Not every voice deserves your reply. The Stoic knows that peace is not the absence of conflict, but the mastery of attention. Every day, life presents you with countless battles, arguments, opinions, frustrations, and distractions. But wisdom means knowing when to act and when to walk away, because the one who tries to fight everything ends up defeated by himself. Epictetus taught, we suffer more in imagination than in reality. Many of the things that drain your spirit exist only in your mind. Worries about how others see you, anger about things you can't change, endless noise that steals your clarity. A Stoic asks, does this deserve my energy? Does this align with my values? If the answer is no, then let it go, not out of weakness but strength, for true power is restraint. Choosing your battles means protecting your peace like sacred ground. It means focusing on what you can influence, your thoughts, your actions, your reactions, and letting the rest pass like wind through trees. So the next time chaos calls for your attention, pause, ask yourself, will this matter a week from now, a year from now? If not, preserve your calm, walk away with dignity. Silence can be a louder victory than 1,000 arguments, because the Stoic doesn't fight to prove himself. He fights only when virtue demands it, and that is the mark of inner strength. Lesson 9. Surround yourself with those who challenge you to grow. Your environment is your reflection. The people you spend time with shape your mind, your habits, and ultimately, your destiny. Seneca said, associate with those who will make a better man of you. The Stoics knew that character is contagious. Wisdom spreads through example, just as mediocrity spreads through comfort. If you surround yourself with those who complain, you will learn to suffer. If you surround yourself with those who strive, you will learn to rise. The energy you absorb from your circle becomes the voice of your own thoughts. Growth requires friction. True friends are not the ones who flatter you, but the ones who challenge you to be disciplined, to act with virtue, to confront your weaknesses without fear. They don't let you remain small, they remind you of who you can become. So look around. Do the people near you lift you higher or keep you where you are? Do they feed your strength or your distractions? The Stoic chooses his company as carefully as a warrior chooses his armor, for both protect the soul from harm. Surround yourself with those who pursue truth, who act with integrity, who hold themselves accountable, because when you walk with the wise, wisdom becomes your nature. Lesson 10. Live as if you already are your best self. Don't wait to become the person you admire. Start acting like them now. The Stoics believed that virtue is not a destination but a daily practice. You don't become wise by waiting for the perfect moment. You become wise by living with intention in this one. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one." Those words cut through all excuses, because your best self isn't hidden in the future. It's revealed in your actions today. If you want peace, act peacefully. If you want strength, act with courage. If you want clarity, speak truthfully. Transformation begins not with grand gestures, but with consistent choices aligned with your principles. Every decision is a mirror of who you are becoming, so live as if you already possess the strength, calm, and wisdom you seek, because in truth you do. It only waits for you to awaken it. And when you fall short, as all humans do, remember, the Stoic doesn't aim for perfection, but for progress. Every sunrise gives you another chance to practice being who you truly are. So today, act with virtue, speak with grace, walk with purpose, live as if you are already whole, because you are. Lesson 111. The Art of Detachment. To love without attachment. That is the Stoic art. Most people confuse love with possession, ambition with obsession, and desire with purpose, but attachment makes slaves of us all. We hold tightly to people, objects, memories, and identities, forgetting that everything in life is borrowed. The Stoic does not turn cold, he turns clear. He learns to appreciate deeply but to hold lightly, to care without clinging, to walk with gratitude rather than fear of loss. Detachment is not indifference, it is freedom. It allows you to love purely because your love is not based on control. When you no longer demand permanence, beauty becomes infinite. Every sunset, every conversation, every heartbeat is precious precisely because it will not last. To detach is to say, I can let this go and still remain whole. Hold life with open hands. What stays, stays willingly. What leaves was never yours to keep. Lesson 12, Inner Fortitude. There will come a day when the world feels too heavy, when everything you built trembles and all the strength you thought you had seems to vanish. In those moments, most people break, but the Stoic endures, not because he feels no pain, but because he understands it. He knows that storms are not meant to destroy him, but to shape the soul into something indestructible. Inner fortitude is not born in moments of ease. It is forged in the fires of adversity. It is built one quiet decision at a time, to rise instead of collapse, to think instead of panic, to stay calm when everything inside you screams to react. Every hardship becomes a teacher, every obstacle a mirror reflecting your inner power. The Stoic's courage is not loud. It does not announce itself. It moves like still water, deep, silent, unshakable. He does not depend on luck or circumstance. His foundation lies in discipline, in virtue, in the knowledge that even when life strips him of everything external, his reason remains untouched. When life tests you, remember, no one can truly harm you unless you allow them to. You cannot control the storm, but you can control the vessel. You cannot stop the waves, but you can learn to steer. The Stoic does not wait for calm seas. He becomes the calm in the storm. Inner strength is not the denial of emotion. It is mastery over it. To feel anger, fear, sadness, and yet choose not to be ruled by them. That is the mark of true power. It is easy to appear composed when life is kind. The real test begins when everything falls apart. In that darkness, the Stoic breathes deeply and reminds himself, this moment is not the end of me. It is the beginning of my resilience. Do not mistake gentleness for weakness or silence for surrender. The oak does not shout as it stands against the wind. Its power lies in its roots, unseen but enduring. So too must your strength come from within, built on patience, sharpened by failure, strengthened through self-control. Each time you rise from a setback, you rebuild your foundation stronger. Each time you choose reason over reaction, you deepen your fortitude, and one day you will look back on the storms that once terrified you and realize they made you unshakable. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, if you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it, and this you have the power to revoke at any moment. That is inner fortitude, to understand that your peace is self-created, your stability self-chosen. To walk through chaos with calm is the highest form of discipline. To keep your dignity when disrespected, your patience when provoked, your kindness when disappointed. That is the strength of a soul that has mastered itself. No storm is eternal. No darkness lasts forever. Everything that comes will pass, and what will remain is you, clearer, calmer, wiser. The Stoic does not pray for the world to be easier. He prays for the strength to meet it as it is, with grace and purpose. So when your spirit trembles, when your mind grows tired, remember every challenge you endure is sculpting your character. Every difficulty is polishing the mirror of your soul. And when it is over, you will not just survive, you will have become the embodiment of endurance itself. You are stronger than you think. You always were. You only needed the storm to remember it. Stillness before action. At the end of the journey, you realize something profound. The real battles were never fought in the world around you, but in the depths of your own mind. The storms you feared were only the echoes of your thoughts, and every moment of calm, every breath between chaos, was life whispering, remember who you are.
The Stoic path was never about perfection. It's about awareness.
Not about escaping pain, but learning from it. Every setback, every doubt, every loss has been a silent teacher, guiding you back to strength, clarity, and wisdom. You never truly failed when you fell. You only failed when you refused to rise. You have begun to master the only realm you can control, your mind. You now understand that peace is not something given by circumstance, but something created by choice, that real strength is not found in resistance, but in acceptance, and that the greatest victory of all is the mastery of oneself. So breathe deeply. You are not late. You are not lost. You are precisely where life meant for you to be, becoming. You are no longer a prisoner of reaction, but a student of reason, no longer chasing peace, because now you carry it quietly within you. Remember this truth: what you think repeatedly becomes what you feel, and what you practice daily becomes who you are. If you continue walking this path with purpose, every sunrise will shape you into someone unbreakable, calm, grounded, and free. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "Do what lies before you now. The future is built by the choices you make today. If you seek discipline, practice it now. If you desire wisdom, choose it in this moment. Do not wait for perfect conditions to become the person you were meant to be. Act as your highest self today, and tomorrow will follow naturally." To live as your best self is not to dream about it. It is to practice it, thought by thought, action by action. Every decision is a vote for the kind of person you wish to become. You do not transform by waiting, but by doing. The version of yourself you aspire to be already exists within you, patient, strong, and steady. Every step you take toward virtue releases a little more of that hidden strength.